Okay, let's talk about the advanced filtering section. First of all, you got to get comfortable with the idea of the frequency content of the handheld motion. It sounds like a big word, but it really isn't. Low frequency stuff is swaying, gentle motion, and high frequency stuff is jittery, fast motion. So with a light camera, there's going to be a lot more jitteriness. With a heavy, professional camera, things are heavier, so things move more slowly. Things are, generally, even when they're handheld, things are generally a little smoother with a heavier camera. So sometimes you're going to be applying the handheld camera effect, and you're going to go, you know what, it's just a little too jittery, or it's a little too smooth, and this is how you handle that. So here's the footage that we're going to be working with. As you can see, it's a moving shot, but it's extremely smooth. And maybe we want to accentuate the fact that they're having an argument, or that it's a voyeuristic handheld shot and we're watching it amongst some action. So I'm going to turn on the handheld camera, and here's where we're going to start. As you can see, it started from this preset POV walking, and as you can see, it's actually not too bad. We get the bobbing from the walking, and we get some jitter from the camera, some of the jittery quality of a handheld shot. As you can see, we're slightly less than full speed. We can increase the speed if we want to. Now we're walking a little faster, or we can decrease the speed, and now it all's a little slower. But let's keep it around here. And also we have the intensity is most of the way up. And the image scale is a little larger to make some room for the amount that we move it. We may have to adjust that later because maybe it's not big enough, or maybe it's too big. We'll see a little later. But let's talk about filtering. So in this section here, advanced filtering, turn it on to enable it. And the quick and easy way to deal with this is with this frequency balance knob. It's really one knob, and it's very easy to use. And if you have it in the middle at 0.5, there's essentially no change. And this is like the tone knob on a radio. If you turn this down, you muffle the high frequencies and are left with only the low frequencies. And now you can see we're still keeping the bobbing action from the walking, but pretty much all of that jitteriness is gone. We can make it smoother by setting this to 0. So none of the high frequency material is there, and only the low frequency material is there. And the other way is true also. If you want it more jittery, to make it more anxious, you can just put this at greater than 0.5, and you still get some of the bobbing, but you get a lot more of the jitteriness. And you also have granular control with the high frequency and low frequency power. So for instance, you can keep all of the low frequency and add additional high frequency like this. And vice versa, you can add more low frequency if you want the intensity of the swaying to be larger. Whoa, we're kind of going off frame there, so we would have to adjust something there. So you get a lot of very granular control. You can kind of make the camera feel heavier or lighter, or just sort of take a data set that's almost perfect, but it's a little too jittery, for instance, and just dial off some of the high frequency very easily with this frequency balance knob. And this frequency balance knob is the easy, quick way to get more or less what you want very quickly. There's this filter size, and I suggest that you look into the documentation about that. But this is basically the cutoff number of frames between what's considered high frequency and what's considered low frequency. But really, you don't need to worry about it. Leave it on 4. Occasionally 5 will work better, occasionally 3 will work better, but 4 is the sweet spot. And again, look into the documentation and if you want more information. And really the thing that should be taken away from this thing is turn on enable filtering and slide this back and forth to get the amount of jitter or the amount of smoothness that you want to tune your effect nice and quickly.